Today we're comparing two phone coolers from MEMO, the bigger DL23 and the much more compact CX08. They both do the same basic job, but the way they do it is very different. So we're going to look at the design, cooling setup, noise, portability, and which one actually makes more sense depending on how you use your phone. Let's start with the DL23. Straight out of the box, this thing is big. It feels less like a small phone accessory and more like a complete cooling rig. You have the large transparent body, RGB lighting around the fan, the cooling system at the top, and a much bigger overall frame. The design is definitely aggressive, but that's kind of the point. This feels more suited to longer gaming sessions, streaming, recording, or any setup where your phone is staying in one place for a while. The mounting system is also very secure. Instead of just sticking onto the back of the phone, the DL23 actually holds the phone inside the unit. You open the clips, place your phone in, and lock everything into position. The cooler stays pressed firmly against the back of the phone, and there's very little movement. Now let's move over to the CX08, and this is basically the opposite. It's much smaller, much lighter, and a lot easier to carry around. The design is simple. You've got the circular fan in the center, the cooling plate underneath, RGB lighting around the body, and magnetic mounting. If you're using a compatible phone or magnetic case, you just line it up, attach it, connect the power, and you're ready to go. No big frame, no extra setup. And if your phone doesn't support magnetic mounting directly, you can still use the included accessories. So in terms of convenience, the CX08 definitely has an advantage. Now, both of these are more than just normal fans. The plate sitting against the phone gets cold and pulls heat away from the device, while the fan removes heat from the other side. And that's useful because modern phones can get very hot during gaming, live streaming, video recording, or anything else that keeps the processor under load. With the DL23, the cooling plate stays very firmly in contact with the phone. Because of the mounting system, there's not much chance of it shifting around. Once you power it on, you can feel the cooling area getting cold pretty quickly. The CX08 works in a very similar way, but because it's smaller and magnetic, you can move it around more easily. And that's useful because the hottest part of every phone isn't always in exactly the same place. You can position the CX08 slightly higher or lower depending on where your phone gets hottest. That gives it a bit more flexibility. The DL23 feels like equipment. The CX08 feels like an accessory. Build quality on both is decent. They're mostly plastic, which is normal for this type of product, but neither one feels particularly fragile. The DL23 looks more complicated and has a stronger gaming look.
Let me know which one you'd choose, the DL23 or the CX08.
When it comes to price, the CX08 is definitely the cheaper option. In the UK, you can usually find it for around £10 to £15, depending on the seller and the version you're getting. The DL23 is generally positioned a little higher, mainly because of the larger body and more complete mounting setup. So if you're mainly looking for the most affordable cooling option, the CX08 gives you better value. But if you want the bigger, more secure setup for streaming or longer sessions, paying a little extra for the DL23 can make sense.
Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.